Well, hello and welcome to another episode of the Magic Kings podcast with the great, big, beautiful dads. It's Steve from Just Add Magic Travel. I'm here with Mike. How's it going, Mike?
Hey, Steve. How's it going? And we have a special guest today.
Super special. Guest, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Jenn. I am sister-in-law to Mike and a college classmate of Steve's.
That's right. What connections you have to us.
I knew Steve when.
I know, hey, you know, and who knew I'd be such a big star these days.
It's true. It's true. No, we knew, Steve. We knew.
Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate that. You know, and Mike with that head of hair, you know, you could never, there's never a doubt. So we're here tonight for a very special reason. It's because you had a Disney vacation experience. Is that right?
I sure did. Yep.
You were on the high seas.
We were on the high seas. We went on a Disney cruise back in June.
That is unbelievable. So we are here to talk all about Disney cruise, and I don't want to say to convince Mike that it's a good thing to do because, you know, whatever you want to do is great, but, you know, Mike's never been on one. Have you ever been on a cruise at all, Mike?
I've been on a cruise. I think when I was a little kid, I went on a cruise. I barely remember it. But yeah, I haven't been like a big, huge cruise person, but my twins have been watching the Disney cruise making of the, I believe it's The Wish and then The Treasure that are on Disney Plus. And watching those documentaries makes me want to go on a Disney cruise.
Yeah. And I think if you get your headphones turned up in this episode, you're gonna want to do it as well. So we're excited to get in, but we can't get ahead of ourselves here. And Mike, I think maybe we go back and forth with these with our lightning lane round.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put you to the test, Jen.
I know. Oh boy.
So these questions are all about Disney World, but you were mentioning that it's been a long time since you've been to Disney World. Is that right?
Yeah, it's been over 20 years, I would guess.
Wow. Okay.
But you know, I've been to Disneyland several times in the meantime there, and you know, maybe I'll add a little bit of something different to the podcast since I'm not a Disney person per se.
Oh, okay.
But I've certainly had some wonderful Disney experiences, including the cruise.
You're on your way. I mean, you're on a Disney podcast, so.
Right. I'm on my way. I guess I got to go to Disney World now.
This is the gateway drug.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If I fail, I've got to go study. If I fail the lightning round.
So I think for any of these questions, Jen, if you just have a Disneyland answer that fits better, then we'll just go with that. We just need to get a sense of what kind of Disney person you are.
Sure.
So, Mike, you want to kick it off?
Yeah. All right. So these are the questions. Number 1, how many times have you been to Walt Disney World? And you can also throw in how many times you've been to Disneyland, because I know you're a bigger Disneyland person.
I believe I've been to Disney World 3 times, and I think I've been to Disneyland 4 or 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you first went to either one of those parks?
I was very little. I was probably 5. I guess the memory of my sister and I going to Disney World at 3 and 5 was that we wanted to play in the pool and we didn't want to do all the walking of Disney World. So we were little. We also have family in California. So we went, we were probably 4 or 5 to Disneyland the first time too.
Wow. Yes, that story of you just hanging out of the pool has been mentioned on this podcast.
That is an infamous Magic Kings podcast story. I've told that several times before, yes.
Yeah, devastating to my parents who worked so hard and planned so well to get us to Disney World, and we preferred the pool.
Nice pools, you know, nice pools.
Yeah, beautiful pools, beautiful resorts, the whole experience. Absolutely. It was not lost on those toddlers.
And it's incredible. And we should tell your parents that if they want to redo and go to one of the Disney resorts and enjoy the pools or the parks, call your travel agent Steve at
Steve will steer you correct. It's true.
I'm getting to where I can sniff them out. I can.
He saw me coming a mile away on that one.
I saw a twinkle in your eye. Like, here it comes.
I perked up a little bit when I saw
The opportunity.
All right, sorry, I had to throw that in there. And to confirm, Steve does not pay me to plug his travel agency. I just really enjoyed doing it. All right. All right, so I don't know if... So I believe this is for Disneyland as well, so you might have this, but who's your character, your avatar on the My Disney Experience app? Do you have that, Jen, from your last trip, or do you know who it is?
I think it was just a Mickey. A Mickey on my app.
Oh,
That's okay. Just default. They would default Mickey.
default. You would not be the first to be default. Also,
Yeah,
Steve,
I'm
legendary
default
guest.
Mickey.
Default. Okay. All right. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. No, I'm kidding. That's it.
He doesn't even need to mix in the sound effects. He just...
Right. No mixing required.
All right. So our next question, and I'll give you this. I'll give you your pick of all 6 parks across Disney World and Disneyland. What is your number 1 favorite park?
It's got to be Magic Kingdom, but Star Wars is on the scene. That's a new one. New to me.
You've been to the one in Disneyland, the Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland Park?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes, that's what it's called, Galaxy Edge.
And it's very close to the Hollywood Studios, I can attest. It is like almost the same map and everything. So
That's awesome.
yeah, very cool.
All right. But we're going Magic Kingdom. That's great. Right up my alley.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Classic. Yeah.
Okay, Jen, your favorite ride. You have to pick one. One ride.
Tough.
So for decades, because I have to shout it out, it was Peter Pan, and I always go on that first.
Okay. Wow.
No shame in
But
that. No shame.
growing up as a young person, I loved Star Wars and going on, what is it, Rise of the Resistance?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was mind-blowing. It was amazing. I was overcome. I was laughing hysterically. Like, I don't even know what to do. Feeling immersed in this. Like, the Stormtroopers, it was awesome. It was so cool.
That's a great pick. I would say a popular pick. I think I put it number 2 on my list. It is like just out of this world. No pun intended. So the next question is your favorite show. You have to pick one, and that includes like nighttime shows, fireworks, parades, or just regular old shows.
I'm not sure. I mean, I guess no. I do know. Love the Tiki Room. Mike's sitting in it right now. Love the Tiki Room. Love to get a Dole Whip. Love to go there. My father-in-law takes a nap. It's like a whole routine we have. It's a perfect place to take a nap at Disneyland.
I have not heard of the nap in the Tiki Room strategy, but I'm interested to hear. Next time I see him, I'll see what's up with that. Now, I don't know what the Disneyland resort situation, but this next question is, what is your favorite resort on Disney? And then, if you have one, and then what would your dream resort be if one you haven't stayed at yet?
So where was the pool?
Yeah, where was the pool, you guys?
So I don't remember if it was the same trip, but we went on a trip. I think we were older, and we stayed at the one. It had like a piano pool. It was music
All-Star
themed.
Music, probably.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, great.
I mean, that was so cool. Just the theming, it was amazing. Very nostalgic for me. I'm not even up to date on what the resorts are, but it all looks amazing. I'll defer to you guys on where we should go, Steve, when we book a trip.
Fantastic. That's great. We couldn't have had a better answer. That's awesome. All right. So we're going to your favorite restaurant.
I don't know that I have a favorite. Every time I've gone, we've eaten somewhere new. But I feel like overall the food's pretty good as a gluten-free person. You know, I'm able to find something, which is great. But, you know, Dole Whip, the Dole Whip.
That's good. Okay. Dole Whip restaurant.
Yeah.
Not to steal Mike's next question, but the next question is your favorite snack. So you might...
Yep. Favorite snack. So it sounds like
that.
Dole Whip. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to your point, Jen, the Disney World is very allergy friendly. Like every restaurant has an allergy friendly meal, including gluten.
Yeah.
So we've found that very easy to navigate any of the Disney restaurants for sure. All right. So Steve stole my question, so I'm going to go next here. All right. Underrated attraction or experience. What do you think is an underrated, something that you like that doesn't get enough shine?
I mean, the tiki room, number one.
Mm.
Underrated. I'm trying to think of what my kids have enjoyed, like traveling with little kids and seeing Disney through their eyes. I mean, really, it's the getting there early and seeing the park open, I think, is really special. And it's been super fun with them. Like, the rope drop or whatever they call it is just so much fun. I don't know that people prioritize that, but getting there early and just kind of seeing the park come alive, it's just so exciting.
That's a great answer. I never thought to say that. That's a great answer. I wish I rope drop more. My family's more of a sleep in kind of family.
Right.
No problem, but And then the last question here is if you can share a magical moment or a story, if you have one, of when you were pixie dusted. I don't know if you really know what exactly
No,
that
I'm
means.
not. I'm not in the pixie. Though it's a cruise thing too. They
Yeah,
do pixie
right.
dusting on the cruise. We didn't really get into that. A magical moment. I guess I just have had many since we go with my in-laws. We don't see them often since they're in California. So just getting that time where my kids are fighting to get on the ride and sit with their grandparents, taking my son on his first roller coaster. My sister-in-law got my daughter, her first set of ears.
Oh,
So just some really, we've had some magical family memories from the parks, from the cruise, and I think that's it for me.
I love it. I love it. It sounds like you are a Disney person in the making.
Maybe you
Sounds like
can
you get
tell.
it.
We're close. We're
But I guess
not far away.
the most magical moment of the family trip, the first time we went with the kids, my in-laws don't live very far away, so they took the kids home to go to bed, and
Mm,
the adult kids,
the best.
our generation, got to stay, and that was pretty cool running around the park in the dark
Yeah.
after like catering to children all day, getting to go on. I'd never been on Indiana Jones before. That was so
Mm,
cool. I got my Mickey bar, went to Galaxy's Edge. It was pretty neat. It was magical.
that sounds fantastic.
It's
Leaving the
like,
kids
oh, I think
behind.
I get it.
That's Yep. Yeah. Oh no, you're right there. You're right there. You just need to just let it go, like
Just
Elsa,
let
and
it
just
go.
just
Yeah,
admit,
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that was fantastic. All right, so now we know what kind of Disney person you are. It sounds like you're a super fan, and so we want to set sail here, and I think
Yeah, let's set
Mike, if
sail.
if you have any questions to lead us off, I don't. I'm ready to go, but
I have a couple questions, but first, Steve, I want to call back to a story that you told about your cruise experience,
yeah.
and I have a confession. I didn't have the heart to tell you. So
Oh
you
no,
told a story about your Mickey hat that
I'm gonna cut this.
your Nike black Mickey hat that
Yeah.
you love, and the people on the cruise were telling you how great it is.
Oh no,
Steve, I didn't have the heart to tell you.
you got one. Oh
I've had
my
one. I've
god,
had one the whole time, my friend.
you've just been waiting
I've been waiting for the cruise episode to
to
drop
burst my
this. Yeah.
bubble. No, but here's the question. Here's the question. Did you get it at Disney World?
I did, yeah.
Okay, all right.
I
Then
did.
that's
Yep.
okay. All right,
Yep. I got it in Tomorrowland. There's a shop.
Merchant of Venus. No.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
there you go.
that's
See?
what it is. Yeah, Merchant of Venus. So that's where I got it. Yep. So
Wow.
I had to drop that before we got into the. So
So
I
Mike,
didn't have the heart to tell you until now.
I'm devastated. No, but all the more reason for you to go on the cruise
Yes.
because they will. If you wear
The
that thing
compliments.
around,
Oh, yeah.
you'll be the king.
That's right.
So,
All right. So, Jen, my question is so I've been watching these documentaries, like I mentioned,
Hmm.
and one of the cool things that they talk about is like each ship has like its own theme, sort of, that has a character on the front, character on the back. So, tell us, first of all, what ship you were on and. Like where did you go out of?
Yeah.
What was special about it, and then take us through kind of overall, what you thought was the best part of the trip.
Sure. We went on, we decided we wanted to do, it was multi-generations traveling together. So my parents-in-law, my family, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, and his wife. So there was a big group of us, nine of us, and we were lucky to get to stay in rooms next to one another. And we ended up choosing the Disney Dream. We did a 4 night Bahamian cruise from Fort Lauderdale. And we picked that just based on when people's calendars lined up. It was 4 nights. We sailed out of Fort Lauderdale to Nassau, then to Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point, which is their new beach.
Nice.
Then we had a day at sea, and then we were back to Fort Lauderdale. The Dream is one of the older ships, is my understanding.
Yes.
And it is like themed beyond, but it feels very much like a cruise ship. And then you look closer, and it's like there's Mickeys everywhere. The restaurants is all themed dining too. There's a like princess themed one, the Royal Palace. There was one that's kind of like a French garden, very beautiful, called the Enchanted Garden. And then the other one, and this is all the kind of more formal dining that's still included. The final one is Animator's Palette, which has like interactive animation. There's an interactive movie that plays on the wall, and the golden age of animation coming to life. And
Amazing.
the cutlery is like animation themed. It's pretty neat.
Cool.
But the theming, it's everywhere.
It's next level.
Everywhere.
Nice.
It
You
is.
think
Yes.
it's you think it's good in the parks, and it is, but it's different. It's different.
Yeah.
It's so all encompassing on the cruise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Disney Dream is also one of the ships that introduced the Aqueduct water coaster.
Yes.
Did you get to
Yes.
ride the Aqueduct?
We did. So the hot tip we got before we set sail was once you get on the ship, check your bags so you're free to roam and go straight to the aqueduct. That's when the line's the shortest. So we were the first people
Wow.
in
I
line.
love it.
And then it was broken. So we didn't get to ride it. But they fixed it, and a couple days later we rode it, and it was super fun. It was so cool. Like it goes around the deck, and it's, got like plexiglass so you can see down on the pool deck as you come around. It's really neat. My
That's
son
awesome.
loved it. Yeah.
So I think as a parks, like you're a parks guy, I'm a parks
Yeah.
guy,
Yeah.
and my family wanted to try the cruise, and I was like, great, we'll try the cruise. But in my heart, I was like, I'd rather be, going to Disney World, but that's fine. And I want to talk about some things that I think for people who are curious about the cruise, who have been to the parks, who enjoy the parks, what are some things about the cruise that you can say that would entice them to do it? Maybe that's different from the parks, or maybe even that is reminiscent of the parks. We talked about the theming. It's kind of like that. But
Yeah.
what are some things you can say?
I would say that unlike the parks, the parks is kind of a grind. Like you've got to
Yeah.
pack up for the day, you're on your feet, you're waiting in line, you're, managing different personalities in your group, where they want to go. On the cruise, everything is taken care of
Yeah.
from sun up to sundown. You are just there to relax, and the service is unbelievable, and the staff on the Dream were amazing and so kind and so helpful. Like you look, you're on the deck and you're looking around kind of confused, and someone comes up to you and asks you what you need, and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize I needed help until this person asked me this. You all the food's included, all the most of the entertainment's included. There's just so much there and so much to do that's so different from the parks in that it's like focused around relaxing. But at the same time, there's so many activities, so many themed areas to check out, characters around. I think that someone who's like a true Disney fan would really love the balance of a relaxing vacation that's different than the parks, but still very much a Disney experience. And like the culture of the pixie dusting, that all happens there. And it's an opportunity too to flex at trivia or another activity where like you're putting that knowledge of the parks to use.
Yeah, we had like a Disney Channel trivia thing on our cruise, and we tanked. We were terrible. I'm usually good at trivia. I was like, my God, these people here were like unbelievable.
Yeah,
But,
it's
but it
real
was awesome.
specific.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez. Um,
Deep cuts.
yeah,
Deep
it
cuts,
was.
yeah.
It was deep cuts. Yeah, my God. But yeah, I think it's very well said in that the parks are about doing everything. Go. No, it doesn't have to be. I mean, that's how I like to do it. And like, I think you're somewhat on that level too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think so too.
And the cruise, as Jen is saying, is more about like, it's more of a vacation. Like I think of a Disney parks trip, it's a trip.
Right.
And going and doing stuff, seeing the sights, right? And then the cruise is more of a vacation. It's more for relaxing. There's still plenty to do, but still like just as Disney, I would say for sure.
No, I want to hear more, Jen, about the shows, because I know you mentioned that they do a really good job with production and acting and all that stuff. So could you tell us what was your favorite show that you saw, and what stood out to you as like something that was like above and beyond?
So the shows were amazing. I just
Wow.
could not believe the caliber of talent, and I was really blown away by the fact that it was the same people every night, like playing very different characters. You know they're doing two shows a night. Like that's as a former performer, that's a lot. But they, I mean, so awesome. So the dream, their big show on the last night is Beauty and the Beast. The version that they do is like it's condensed into 1 hour, and it draws heavily from the live action film.
Mm.
So it was like more, I don't know, maybe Baroque's the right word, maybe it's not. It was like more French and kind of it wasn't the kids warm fuzzy animated version,
Mm.
which was
Mm.
interesting, but my kids still really enjoyed it. And it was unlike any stage production of that show. And, I'd seen the musical growing up. I've always make sure to check it out at Disney if they have it or any version of Beauty and the Beast. So it was unlike any version I'd seen. And it was really, really fantastic. And that was kind of the finale show. But they did some other shows, like more like reviews,
Hmm.
different numbers from different movies, and those were awesome. Pirate Night, which we'll have to
Oh,
talk about.
Pirate
um,
Night.
but I got to go to both pirate shows, and those were fantastic. And yeah, there's just so much. There were these Broadway style, almost reminiscent. There was one part where they're doing like aerial dancing Tarzan medley, reminiscent of Disney on Ice, if you guys have been
Oh,
recently, where
love
they
Disney on
get
Ice.
up in the air.
Yeah.
And then they had the character driven shows, so the kids' Pirate Night show. And then when we were at Lookout Key, they even had a show there where Mickey and Minnie are like kind of parading around
Oh.
with the music. It was amazing. And they had like whole dance party in the square off of the beach. It was awesome. So many shows, so little time.
Next time you go to Disney World, Jen, at Hollywood Studios, there is a live stage show, Beauty and the Beast, that is
Yes.
Okay.
excellent. And it's the same thing. The caliber of acting is
Yeah.
incredible. They did such a good job.
Yeah.
And they're doing that like every hour. I mean, I couldn't
Right.
believe how good it was. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, so
It's
next time
amazing.
you go, first thing you need to do is call Steve to book your
Right.
travel.
Right.
Steve at
I got to
Just That
get there,
Magic
and Steve's going to
Travel.
help give me a place to
I'll
stay.
get you right
Yes.
there. I didn't see that one coming. That was
That was a quick hit.
good. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, the shows, and it's funny, just overall, it's not just the performers, everybody, because I don't know anything. We're talking to the cast members on the cruise. These people work 7 days a week for their entire contract. It can be like 6, 8 months of working 7 days a week. And
Yeah.
for everybody, it's hard work. I don't want to say especially performers, but you just think about having to be on like that every night, and people pulling double duty. Like I saw, somebody's like handling one of the characters, and then they're in the Pirate Night show 2 seconds later. It's like,
Right.
oh my god! But the caliber of the performances, I agree, is just kind of unbelievable, especially when you factor that in.
No, it's
So
it's crazy. I'm
it
like, I can't.
is.
There's so many cruise ships in the world, and they all have
Yeah,
this many talented people. Like, it's just
I know.
bananas.
It is. It really
Um,
is something else. Yeah.
the kids, when I asked them what were your favorite things, shows was number two.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
should
they
we
love the shows too.
should we build it up to what was number one? Should we?
Are
We're
you
gonna
guys
save that.
curious
We're
now?
gonna save that. Let's not reveal it yet. Can you talk? Well, are there anything else? Is there anything else I should let you drive? Is there anything else you wanted to particularly talk about with the cruise?
I think for me, as someone thinking about going on the cruise, I was like, okay, what's the room situation? Like, oh God, this
Yeah.
is a time when I'm staying in a room with my whole family. But the rooms are, I mean, they're cruise rooms. We stayed in a stateroom that was on the ninth floor, and we did have a porthole, which was so
Mm,
cool. They're
yeah.
enormous on the Dream. So it's like looking out a movie screen. My kids loved it. So our room was not like teeny tiny, but it's set up for a family. Like there's a big blackout curtain you can draw across for the kids' beds that
Yeah.
separate it from our side. There's two doors. The bathroom's separated into like a sink and a toilet and a sink and a shower. Plenty of storage under the bed. Like it was comfortable for the four of us. And my son was still napping at the time and we were able to do that. And then we got the joining room with the grandparents, which was key for
Yeah.
the show viewing. And we just
Yes.
brought a monitor and they could, put the kids to bed, get them to sleep, and then hand that monitor to grandpa while he's sitting reading his book and off we went,
That-
which was pretty awesome and worked out.
And I do want to say, as a travel agent, if you've sailed like Royal Caribbean or anything like that, awesome cruises as well, a lot less expensive, so good options in a lot of ways. But the Disney rooms are much bigger, and they're the biggest sort of standard rooms, I think, of any cruise line, major cruise line. And so if you're used to other cruise lines, it is significantly
It's
bigger. It's not
spacious.
huge, as you said. I mean, don't think you're
Right.
getting like a suite, but unless you get a suite, but it's it is a lot bigger than you might expect.
Yeah, and Mickey details. But yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely geared for families, and so it was comfortable for the four of us to stay there.
And how old are your kids
So
for the
when we were on the
audience?
cruise, they were 3 and 5.
Okay, yeah. So we small kids here,
Yeah,
enjoying the time very much. No, that's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I would bring my kids younger than that. So one
Hmm.
of the big things that Disney does is you have a dining time. They have two, 5:45, and I think it's 8. And you have an assigned table and an assigned waiter and assistant for the whole trip.
Yes.
But each night you rotate restaurants. So you all go together from
Yes.
restaurant to restaurant to restaurant. And, my mother-in-law is very big on like family dinner. So that was something that was attractive about going on a Disney cruise for us was like, all right, family dinner sorted. And so my son, it was a little hard for him to sit through, a long meal, 9 people eating. But the restaurants are so fun and they have kids coloring, kids hats, kids food, any food you can imagine that your kid would want. So mac and cheese and chicken nuggets.
Exactly.
Everyone there is catering to a lot of families because there are a lot of families there. So it was a really nice experience. And that we got dressed up one night, and that was a really great, unique aspect of the cruise because, like, I'm not going to take my kids out to like a super fancy meal, but it felt that way.
Yeah.
Fancy cutlery, bread service, all of that. And they got to
Totally.
experience that with their family, which was really neat.
Yes. No, that's very well said. And I want to talk a little bit about the food. And you said it exactly right, Jen. There's that what they call like rotational dining, and on each ship there's 3 rotational dining restaurants. And so each night you are assigned to the one that you're supposed to go to, and you'll do one more than once if it's more
Right.
than 3 nights. You don't have to go. You can always go to the buffet, right? But you have your time for that rotational dining restaurant, and yeah, your wait staff. So it's a one waiter and one assistant, just as you said, stay with you the whole time. They get to know you, they get to know
Yeah.
your preferences, and like they will like have the drinks that if you order the same drink a couple times, they'll have it out for you already when you get there. And it's Disney, like the service is just unbelievable, and so that
That's
is
great.
just next level. And if you've never been on a cruise before, this isn't just Disney, but it's true of Disney as well. And you're at these rotational dining restaurants, like you see the menu, Mike, you'll appreciate this. They'll have appetizers, they'll have entrees, they'll have desserts. You can order everything on that menu. It
Yes.
is all included. You don't have to choose one appetizer, one entree. If you don't like any of the entree, or you want 4 of the appetizers, you can just get them. You want three, you can just get them. You can get
That's awesome.
as much as you want, whatever combinations you want. It almost like took a little time for us to get used to that. Not that we're like eating, but it was like, you can kind of pick and choose. It's a really, compared to the parks, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just an advantage of the cruise is the food in that way. And I thought the food compared to the parks, I think the food at the parks is great for the most part. We talk about it all the time. I think the food on the cruise was on another level, certainly from your average park food. The average cruise food was amazing.
Yeah, I did a lot of reading before we went on the cruise, and mixed reviews on the food online.
Interesting.
And I've gotten down with some fine dining in my life. It was good. It was good. There was a lot of variety in terms of what you could order, food allergies, preferences, accommodated, amazing. Yeah, I thought the menus were just really well thought out. And then if you didn't like one I didn't love the animator's palette menu. It's just not my palette.
Hey,
But you can order from any restaurant
right.
any night.
That's
And
true.
they'll bring it to you wherever you're seated. And they tell you that. You can order off menu. I mean, their priority is making sure that you are fed and fed well and eating what you want. That said, I still had a wonderful meal at Animator's Palette off the menu, but I was like, this is an instance where maybe I would go back to something else. And yeah, encouraging you, if you want to try it, whatever you want.
Totally.
But there are a lot of really neat things that we tried. I can't say that my kids tried much like new food off the menu, but they always had options for them that they would eat. And, being me, it'd be like extra fruit for them, and they'd be fine to do that. A lot of great desserts to try. And just neat, too, the staff is from all over the world. So, like, at lunch, we'd usually go to Cabanas, which is the buffet. And every day there'd be some sort of different dish, whether it was like a pizza bar, a taco bar, a curry bar. And Mike, I was hitting that curry bar. It was really, it was awesome. It was like, wow, I didn't think that I'd be exposed to all of this different food. And, of course, crab legs all day, every day.
Yeah.
You guys are really selling me on the cruise here, I think.
No, it's awesome. So, Mike, one thing, the coffee, and you'll find this as soon as you Google cruise, coffee is not great. It is not great, but they do sell coffee.
Yes.
I think it's the Cove Cafe or something. And that was great. That iced coffee was great.
And they do the foam, like they put the character in the foam.
Yeah.
If you're allowed,
Yeah.
always had that. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Nice.
So yeah, but that is one thing that costs extra to get good coffee, which doesn't matter to me. I'll drink anything, but yeah.
Good to know. Yeah.
It's a little rough, but
It was rough.
I drank it, but I preferred my fancy
For
iced
sure.
coffee.
You talked about the animator's palette, and there's the one that's like the French Garden, the Princess one.
That one, we ended up there our first 2 nights.
Oh.
One with the Royal Palace menu, and then with the Pirate Night menu, which was kind of nice. Like, we didn't experience something new with Pirate Night. We got to experience each restaurant as it was meant to be the first time we dined there, which worked out.
Yes, and I think they must do that intentionally, because that was the same with us. The one that we had a 4-night. The one we did the second time was on Pirate Night. So we've been dancing around Pirate Night. I have a feeling maybe it was this your kids' number one thing that they liked, or no?
They did love it. They loved it.
Okay, but
it's not number one.
Okay,
no.
all right. We're gonna say that.
Okay.
I'll let you talk about it. I only want to say, and I talked about it like when Fran was on her episode. She was really excited for Pirate Night. She, like, even before the cruise, she's like, Pirate Night. And the quote she had afterwards was, "I didn't expect it to be this fun."
Oh, that is so sweet. That is so sweet.
Yeah. So talk about Pirate Night. It's the best.
Pirate Night is so fun. My husband and I, we love a theme party. We are going to get dressed up for a theme. And so are our children. And like, this was really important to us that we hand this down to our kids. So we had the gear, we had costumes going. Andrew had the Jack Sparrow hat with the hair. We got dressed, and then the rest of the family was like, "Oh God, we have to get costumes." So it was so funny. My first experience with Pirate Night, because it's like a normal day on the ship, and
Yeah.
then sometime in the afternoon it starts switching to pirate. And I didn't know this. And so I was in the room with Jack while he was napping.
This is your 3-year-old. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yep. And we were about to do like the handoff, like open the door, sneak out, Andrew, come in. Open the door. Yo ho, yo ho, like blaring in the hallway. And I like was stunned. I couldn't believe like how loud it was. I was like, what is happening? So the doors then opened longer than it needed to be. And I just was so startled. And then I finally like got myself together and got outside. So that was my first like, oh my God, I guess it's Pirate Night.
You thought it was real pirates taking over the ship.
Don't wake up my son. But he fortunately slept through it. He needed the rest. If there's one thing that exhausts a 3-year-old, it is all the fun and excitement of a Disney cruise.
That's right.
And then we all got ready, and it was just so funny. Like, we are in an adjoining room, so we all come out in the hall because we were meeting for dinner. Or maybe it was the show. I don't remember which was first. And like just laughing at everybody's pirate getup. It was awesome. You know, they do photos before, so they had all these backdrops. So we got photos because, like, we're all there, we're all dressed.
Absolutely.
Pirates. And they're like prompting you to pose and like say R, and everyone's like in the picture. And it's just so good. But we went to the show. The show was great. It was there was like one canon part. But the characters are dressed as pirates and they dance around and they sing the songs, and like my kids just loved it. Like it was so exciting. They loved that show. They loved the dinner, the costumes, all of it. It was super fun. And then just so funny to see like the different levels of dressed up people were on the ship.
Everybody gets the memo, but some people get the real memo.
Right.
Like,
some people,
yeah.
we got the memo. The memo was received. And then for the adult show, that was really cool too. And there are fireworks. It was like, wow, this is crazy. There have been fireworks just on this boat.
Yes. So you're saying there's 2 parties, and yeah, one's for the earlier for the kids, and one is later. And you say the adult party, which is what it is supposed to be. It ends at like 11 o'clock.
There were children there.
Yes, they're not. It's not like they swear and stuff. Like it's
right.
Kids can still go, but
right.
It's like a little like more exciting, more like Jack Sparrow-ish than the first one's more like Captain Hook-ish.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
It is quite a night. There's 2 parties, there's dancing. This shows Mickey like saves the ship from Captain Hook. And then, like Jack Sparrow comes down on a white. Like it's crazy. And what you're saying, Jen, is like everybody is so into it. Like, that's what really makes it. So it's just so much fun. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, such a highlight. No, that was like number 2 for them. They kind of looped that in with the shows that they saw. So it was number 2. Number 3, of course, the ice cream machine on the pool deck.
Oh my gosh.
They loved getting the ice creams. You can get a gluten-free cone.
Ooh.
So I also enjoyed the ice cream machine.
Was this a self-serve, soft-serve machine?
Yes. Yes.
I've talked about this before. There's that at Crystal Palace, one of the buffets at Magic Kingdom, and my kids just love that. They're like that. They don't care about anything until like, can we go make a giant bowl of ice cream? Like, all right.
So imagine they could just be standing there all day,
all day,
up the bowl.
Just go down the aqueduct, refill, and back.
Sounds nice.
And back, yeah.
So, are we ready for you to reveal?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask.
I'm dying to know.
You guys ready?
What was number 1? Let's hear it. What was the number
Their
1
favorite thing was, so on the pool deck, there's a giant screen, and they project movies, and you can see the Disney movies from the pool.
Yes.
Wow.
So the experience of watching movies from the pool was their number 1.
That was right up there for Fran. I'm going to tell you what. She was like, this is living.
Right.
Watching Princess and the Frog from the pool, just like sitting there. She's like, oh my God. Like, her mind was blown.
The height of vacation amazingness. Yeah. Absolutely. And My kids would stay in those pools for hours, but fortunately, every 10 minutes, I think it's 10 minutes, they have the lifeguards come everybody out. It might
There
not
you
be
go.
10, it might be more like 20, which is awesome. One, for safety, great. But two, when you're a parent and you're like, no, we need to go meet the rest of the family to go do this, there is a stopping point.
Gives you a
They've
Yes.
got to
break.
get
Yeah.
out of the pool.
Right.
We all got to get out. Everyone, look, everyone's getting out. But yeah, they just loved that. They just thought it was so amazing
Yeah.
to
No,
be able to watch a movie from the
there
pool.
I mean, there really is something about that of like you think about the relaxation versus the parks, right? The cruises about relaxation, like that is such an ultimate like I'm relaxing, like I'm settling in
Right.
here. It's so nice. Yeah, it
And
really
it's,
is.
a giant movie screen. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they
awesome.
love that.
Um,
That was the first thing that came up. I asked them
it's so
today at
funny.
dinner, what was your favorite part of the cruise? They're like, TV in the pool.
That's good.
Like, not time with your family?
No, no, no. We had enough of that.
Jen, your kids might have been too young, but did they do the kids clubs at all?
Yeah, so we went to the open house to check it out. I think if it had just been our four-person family, we probably would have
Yeah.
used it more. But we did have Ella go one day, and she didn't really want to go. It was the last day at sea. But once she was in there, she had a great time.
Yeah.
And it was like we couldn't get them out of there when we went to the open house. It was like, okay, guys, we really have to go now. Like there's it's so neat. It's like interactive. They had this whole dance floor and there was like a bubble game, so you jump on the bubbles. They have the Star Wars like Millennium Falcon, you can drive it. They have other games that the kids can play. They have a whole Toy Story like life-size room you can climb on. I
Oh
mean, it was
yes.
just so cool. But I felt like it's crazy. You check them in, they've got like a band. They know exactly where the kid is within like 2 feet with the band. When you check in, like everyone who's allowed in your party to pick them up, their face comes up on the screen. So it felt like really secure in that, like there's a zillion kids there, but they had a good handle on them. And I mean, she loved it. She had a great experience. She wasn't there very long, but I talked to other parents who were like, my like kids were slightly older who like did not want to do anything else but go to the kids club.
Yeah, that was Fran. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you're like, wait,
Yeah.
we booked this trip this winter.
Well, that was her number one. If we asked her what her number one, it was absolutely the kids
Oh,
club,
that's awesome.
and that's just her personality. She just loved going there and doing her little whatever she did in there. And I think again, as compared to the parks, like you obviously can't leave a 5-year old, anywhere in the
Right.
parks, right? And which is it's great. It's not a knock against that, but it's just something different about a cruise where it's like, yeah, you can get a couple hours, without the kids if you want.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
just a
yeah,
good
they're
option.
happy as can be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One other question I had is, are your kids big into meeting the characters?
They're pretty into it. We did, oh my gosh, the Royal Gathering, which was great. So there were
Oh,
certain things that like we looked into booking before, and
yeah.
that was one of them. Like
Yep.
you gotta reserve it in the app. It's free, but you have to reserve your time. And that was great. My daughter did mention that as something that she really loved.
And that's where like they go down a receiving line of like 10 or
Yes,
8
in
princesses or
the
something.
atrium,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, totally.
So that was cool. We all went. We got some family shots with the
That's
princesses.
amazing.
And they were so sweet, like spent a lot of time talking to my kids. But that was cool. Like the characters were out and about often. You could line up to interact with them, or like one time we were just going to the elevator and there was Stitch, and like we got an
Oh,
awesome picture with Stitch
it's
because
great.
he was just there wandering around. We did, I mean, there are more activities than there are hours in the day.
Hmm.
Like that's what I tell people. Number one, the cruise was fun. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, there is something to do. There are like eight things to do. But we stopped in on the day at sea to like a Mickey dance party for kids.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the cast members just leading them dancing. There was like an interactive show in that particular room. I think at nighttime it was a lounge.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
during the
yeah.
day, kids were dancing. And we weren't expecting it at all. But then like Mickey and Minnie come in in their
Oh
captain's outfits and like danced with the kids. And like that was so unexpected and so cool. And there were like 15 kids there. So it was like
wow,
all of a sudden Mickey and Minnie are right in the mix. It
that's
was pretty
amazing.
cool.
That's
They loved
that's
it. That
awesome.
was like so charming to them. And cool to see all the characters, not just Mickey and Minnie, but Mickey and Minnie the pirate, Mickey and Minnie the captains of the ship, Mickey and Minnie in their gear on the island. Like it was just so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see them when we were at the beach, but there they were dancing their way through the paths. It was awesome.
What else are they doing? I mean, it's beach time.
Right, you're right.
They
Yeah,
gotta
the
get off the
captain,
ship soon.
the anchor's down. We don't need the
Exactly.
captain.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. One other question I had is, did you take advantage? Because I didn't do enough of this or as much as I would have liked to on the cruise I went on. Did you take advantage of any adults only areas, whether the spas or the quiet areas or like the bars and stuff? Did you hit any of that on your cruise?
A little bit. So my in-laws had gotten the rainforest pass or something in the spa. I guess there's
Oh,
some
nice.
really wonderful showers and like relaxation areas there. I did hit the gym once. Not very big for how big the ship is, but not very crowded.
Yeah, I bet.
But it is cool to like run on a treadmill looking out at the ocean.
Yeah.
That is a cool experience that I was looking forward to, and it certainly delivered. We did go to the adults only area a couple times. Like during the day, we sat out there when like the kids were with their grandparents. We went at night before the pirate show. And then one night, the grandparents stayed back with the kids and the siblings went to one of the shows, and then we went down to like the bar area on the ship. There was like a champagne bar, so we went and got a drink there and then like wandered through like, so I think the Dream is from like the early 2010s.
Mhm.
So it was like a club area, and it's just so funny. Like that's when I was in college, like graduating college. So it's like a club from like a time machine down there,
Nice.
and like nobody's there. A Disney cruise is not a party cruise. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
drink
Yeah.
package. People like it's there if you want it, but you don't see people like getting crazy.
No.
So like the club was basically empty, but it was like all these winding kind of hallways through, and you could like break off, and there were different kind of bar lounge things off of that. But then in one, we come around the corner and there's like a whole like night munchies food buffet set up, and it's like chicken fingers and just like,
Wow.
oh, where are we? But like, sure, yeah, have a chicken finger on our way back to our
That's
room.
awesome. Yeah.
That's cool.
But what was cool about the theming is just so thought through. In the champagne bar, they had a piano, and there's kind of a jazz pianist playing, and she was playing all jazz Disney songs.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was just like she was so talented, and it was like, oh my gosh, like I didn't think I was going to be like having a glass of champagne and listening to like jazzy Go the Distance, but
Yeah.
here we are. Like finally, Hercules is represented. And it was just so funny.
I know you're a big
I'm like, oh,
Hercules head, right?
yeah,
You're all
yeah.
about Hercules, right? Yeah.
I am about Hercules.
Great movie.
It runs
It's a
in the
great
family
movie.
because
It does.
my wife loves Hercules as well.
Hey,
It's a shared love. But
yeah,
yeah,
that's
I got
good.
my Hercules moment
It's good.
at Pink, the champagne bar on the Disney Dream.
Mike, what other questions do you have? You got anything else?
I'm ready to go. You guys sold me. You guys sold me with the food, and I think
Yeah.
my kids would love the kids club too. Especially the older two. Even though the watching TV in the pool, that might be difficult to get them out of the pool too. So, yeah,
But they can come out, Mike. They take that job away from you, which is great.
That's right.
yeah, yeah. I'm ready. I'll have to call my travel agent Steve at Magic Travel.
right.
We'll hook it up, see what's going on.
No, that's great. And I mean, I've done the cruise, I've done the parks many times. I love both. If I had to choose one, it's Disney World for me. I think it's just It's nothing against the cruise, but that's just more my vibe. So Jen, I have to ask, you've done both.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to pick one, what would you pick? Wow.
Well, it's tough because for me, I don't go on the trip. Like, I think if I were to between the parks and like going to Disney World or a cruise, I would go on a cruise.
Wow. Wow.
Um,
That's what my family says. Fran and Sabine, they both
yeah, yeah,
say
I heard that on the podcast that Fran
yes.
would choose it.
She would choose the cruise. As much as she
Yeah,
loves Disney World, she'd choose the cruise. I miss the rides and stuff. Although, and I went on
yeah,
a Wish that has the Aqua Mouse, which is like even a whole other level, which was amazing. But that that is missing. But there is so much to love about the cruise, and if you're down to chill, then the cruise is really more the vibe.
yeah,
So,
yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. We all needed a lot of sleep after it was go go.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
But it was
No,
great. And yeah, I think just everything is taken care of. So you just go and do. Even getting off the ship at Lookout Key, they all come with you and they serve
yes.
you lunch there, and there's chairs and you have towels, and like you're just, all you're doing is enjoying the beach.
Yeah.
Like
It's true.
everything else you need, they have for you. It was so nice to just kind of relax with the family. No one worrying about anything. No one doing cleanup, no one cooking a meal, just spending time
Ah,
together.
yeah, it's incredible.
Well, thank you, Jen. Did you
Thanks,
have anything
guys.
else you wanted to discuss about the cruise? I don't want to.
No, I think that was it. I did take some notes to remember all the details. But yeah,
Look
that's
at
it
this.
was great. Four nights was enough, I think.
Mhm.
We did, I think, feel a little bit of pressure to do. So we were going the whole
Mhm.
time. So I think a slightly longer would be nice so that you could pick and choose when you wanted to do things.
Yep.
But 4 nights was enough to feel like we got the experience.
I came away thinking, yeah, I could have done one or two more
I agree.
to get, yeah, yeah. I mean, I could have done 20, but I think one or two more would have been great because it takes a little bit to get settled in and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but four is definitely good. 5, 6 would be, great too. But well, thank you. We'll have to have you back sometime. Maybe next time you go to Disney World,
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah.
change all your answers to those
Right.
questions. And
Yep.
Right.
um, but for now, we're cruising. We appreciate it. We haven't really done a deep dive on the cruise ever in the whole history of this podcast. So
It's
this is
incredible.
I think it's a great for if you're in a first of all for a family trip, but then if especially if you're a family where like some people are into the parks but some aren't,
right.
it's a great way for everybody to do something they enjoy that isn't the like go 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 at the park.
Totally. No, absolutely. That's a great way to sum it up. All right. You got anything to take us out, Mike? Jen, anything?
I just want to say bon voyage.
See you real soon. That's what they say on the cruise.